What's going on, Legionnaires? Welcome to another episode of the Legion Comic Correction. We talk all things comic book.
Except today, because nothing is comic book based.
Nothing! Oh, we're talking about Kraven the Hunter today, guys. So if you want to just skip this episode, go ahead and skip it. But like and subscribe.
Don't skip the episode.
That's okay. At least wait till we're...
This episode's good, just because the movie's bad.
I don't know. Have you seen this episode?
It's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be good. I've seen it in my mind.
Here.
I've seen it in here.
All right, fair enough.
I've seen it in here.
I see it here.
I feel it in here, and it's going to project out from there.
Okay, that's a good spirit.
There
wait,
you go.
You're doing the optimism now.
I don't know what happened.
What happened?
I don't know.
You took something.
I got on something.
You got on something.
Got on my creatine.
Well, guys, like and subscribe if you like podcasts about comic books and creatine.
Not the creatine.
And hit that bell while you're at it, too. We have episodes coming out at least twice a month. We're busy people. We try and get as much out as we can. There's going to be more. We got a bunch in the can.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, a bunch
so like and subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss anything.
Ding,
also,
ding.
Go down to the description. There's some links down there for you to click. Our Legion of CC. Yeah, somewhere down there. Our Legion of CC.com has merch you can buy like that, like that, like this, and like this. So go there and buy those things. Out. That's right. We are representing OG.
None of this is new stuff, though.
It's all old stuff, man.
This is all old stuff.
It's okay. Old stuff's good stuff.
I got to get some new stuff.
Me too. I think so. Yeah, we'll have to design a few more stuff coming out.
Yep.
Well, if you want to see, guys, what we're designing.
Make one that just says new stuff.
New stuff. If you want to see what we're designing and be a part a little bit more of what the Legion is doing, there's a link to our Patreon down there. 3 different tiers you can choose from. You get behind the scenes photos and artwork and process pics and chances to vote on stuff and free stuff. We're in the month of animation stuff. We're trying some animation
You got to stop shortchanging your animation.
Sorry, I keep forgetting I'm doing it.
You're doing. How are you forgetting you're doing it?
I don't know.
It's just becoming so second nature.
Listen, it's been almost 5 years we've been doing this, and I've only been doing animation for like maybe
10-second clips.
5 months. Yeah. That's a big difference.
It's a big jump.
Well, if you want to see all those things, guys, join our Patreon down below. All the money from our store and all the money from our Patreon just goes to making this podcast better because it's kind of crap right now. We want to make it better.
It's not true.
Well, if they think it's crap, they might feel sorry for us and give us money to make it better.
You're doing a Russell Crowe.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit of that. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be a little
strategic.
Strategic.
I gotcha.
You know?
I gotcha.
We are terrible.
If we just ask them for money, they won't give us money.
Right, but if we say that only with their help,
we
become better?
Trick them into giving us their money.
I think they're altruistic out there.
Interesting move. Interesting move.
All right, we're going to talk about Kraven the Hunter this episode. This came out last year. We've been putting off watching it because we just were told it was so bad. And as a Spider-Man fan...
We had zero expectation for
as a Spider-Man fan, I really didn't want to watch it because all the Sony villain movies are trash, except for the Venom movies.
Venom.
Yeah, but it's still wrong. Like, it still needs Spidey in there.
Everything is still wrong. You're right, but they weren't... Yeah.
It hurts my heart.
I know it does.
It hurts my webhead heart.
I know.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So we watched it. And you know what? We waited so long that the only version I could get on Amazon was the extended version.
I watched the regular version.
I don't even know what I watched that
was
new. He may
say things that, I didn't even know what happened.
Yeah. At one time when there was, like, a girl Kraven.
Nope.
That didn't happen.
And either of the episodes. If that happened, I have more questions.
It's 2025.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about Kraven today, and we're going to see if it was good or not. We'll do our regular Carnage Report comic review, and then give it the old Legion verdict. So
we also don't have the sound wizard, so there's no funky sounds happening right now. He's out on patrol. He's out on patrol.
On patrol.
Yeah, he's got to do. He's got to do his work.
Put a little SpongeBob up here. He's a hall monitor today.
He's a hall monitor.
He's a hall monitor. Yeah, we miss him. But we'll put in the intro sound because I can do that.
You know how to do
post.
That. Okay.
But all his
fun sounds.
Yeah, just say.
It's going to be a silent episode.
Write in the comments down below that you missed the Ox King. All right,
give him
some love down there.
I have to say sad noises because I can't get sound noises.
You can't get the wah wah wah. Well, we could just do it.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
It's not the same. You're right. All right, we're going to start out with our Carnage Report.
That's old school.
We do need to do it because he can't do it.
He can't do it. Yeah, that's why I did it.
Son of a gun. All right.
Yep.
In the Carnage Report, guys, we talk about how much it cost to make the movie, how much money the movie made, who was in it, and then if there was any source material, which in this case, names is about it.
Names. Yeah.
Names. And most of them are right.
Most of them are names.
I think
they are names.
The one lady's name is Calypso. I don't think it's an actual name.
Yes, it is from the comics.
No, I know, but I mean in like real life.
What are you talking about?
Are people called Calypso?
Yeah, from Johnny Depp's Pirates of the Caribbean.
If you have another daughter, you're going to name her Calypso.
Calypso. I mean, if I have another daughter, we are out of names. We are just blown out. I might name her Calypso.
Number 6?
Calypso.
Right, Calypso. There you go. Out of the ether.
Came out of nowhere. Calypso ether.
How much... Calypso Ether Blyler.
Yeah.
How much do you think this cost to make this movie?
All right, we got Russell Crowe in there. I know, but I've seen a trend with the Sony villain movies. I'm gonna put it at about 110. That's
true.
Where I'm gonna put it.
You know what? We were surprised a couple times with like the Venom movies.
Right.
They had pretty much CGI in them, and they still kind of got those numbers.
I'm actually going 110.
They don't pay people like Sony.
No, somehow Sony's keeping prices
110?
low. 110.
Dude. 110.
I'm back, baby.
110,
I've been off the last few episodes.
You're back.
I'm back. 110.
110, man.
Bang.
That's pretty good.
Bang.
I mean, there wasn't a whole lot.
It's been a couple of
The Rhino is pretty cool.
The Sony, yes, I was actually.
The Rhino was pretty cool.
The Sony
not comic accurate, but cool.
Villain movies have been anywhere from like 80 to 120. And so like I was just kind of like.
Yeah, I feel like there was a Venom. A Venom was like a 140, 160.
It might have been
maybe?
high. Yeah, but that'd be Venom.
I mean, Tom
Venom's
Hardy.
got a
Tom
track
Hardy's
record.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, well, and I bet it was Carnage because I bet Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson brought in more probably.
Yeah.
Well, 110. All right, so 110. So not a huge amount to have to make up.
No, it didn't do it, though. I guarantee it didn't do it. I know it didn't.
How much? Wait a minute. Is this right?
Probably. I don't know. But I guarantee you it didn't do it. It's coming on the heels of Madam Web. And people gave this just Madam Web treatment when it didn't deserve it. But
no, this can't be right. Make a guess.
I mean, I don't. $61 million. I'm saying $61 million.
Did you look these up, dude?
No.
Stop it.
I haven't looked anything up with this. No.
60. You're right.
What?
That's literally 61,985,742.
The goat is back. The goat is back. The goat is back.
Can you guess the opening? What was the opening? What was the domestic opening? This is unreal. The domestic opening.
I don't know. Geez, if it only means domestic opening.
Just the domestic opening.
I don't know, $11 million.
Get the. You looked this up.
No.
Oh my word.
Okay. So to be fair, what is the number?
It's 11 million.
No way.
Yes.
That's just. So if I was just going off
more animation, I would break this on the floor right now.
That's just going off of basic percentages. That actually isn't that impressive.
Unreal.
Like
11
when
million,
you think about 61 million is the total.
Sure.
Like I'm looking at. Come on. Yeah.
It was, oh my word. It was out there for 16 weeks, man.
Yeah, so
and it only
I
made
knew.
61 million. 61 million,
So
dude.
you and I have been knocking.
61 million.
Yeah. So you and I have been knocking Kraven for a long time.
Yeah,
like
we have been.
Zero hopes.
Zero
hopes.
Apparently, everybody listened to us on this one.
Not just did they listen to us, but also think about this. Like
they stole money from the studio.
People just
they went in there and
Madam
just took it
Web.
from them.
with how bad Madam Web was.
Yeah,
Madam Web
was so bad.
Did better than this.
Yeah,
okay.
I want to look up what Madam Web did.
Madam Web did better than this and should not have. And so I think that's
better
why
than Madam Web.
People got burned by Madam Web and they're like, I'm not going back.
Madam Web only made $100 million.
I know.
For the whole thing.
We already have done Madam Web. That's why
I couldn't remember what the number was.
And so why I'm saying that is, but think about this. I think people saw Madam Web and they're like, I just wasted my money on Madam Web.
Yeah, but you don't think they saw Venom 3 and were like, maybe it could be good?
No.
It was so bad.
I think they have no hopes. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't great.
No.
I mean, it wasn't like
it's not a great movie. I'm not out here. Please hear us. I'm not here saying Kraven is a great movie. I'm just saying it's not as bad as Madam Web. And I am also saying it's not as bad of a hold on, hear me. A movie as people have made it out to be. Okay,
it's still pretty bad, but it's not as bad.
I came in
zero expectations,
zero dirt level,
zero expectations,
below ground expectations.
Yep. Horrible.
And I was pleasantly surprised.
I wasn't,
but my expectation. Well, no, but you're that'd be like me.
I still wasn't. No,
so
but
let me explain.
Even the acting wasn't even that good, man. Like the line deliveries.
I'm not here.
I would say
I'm not here defending this movie as being a great movie. I'm not doing that.
As bad.
I'm just saying it is not. Yeah. When Madam Web made $100 million and Kraven made 61,
it should have made more.
There's zero reason why that should have happened.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, when you look at a movie from that perspective, no way.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Here's what it is.
Madam Web is astronomically worse of a movie.
Let me drop some facts.
Give it to me.
Do you know why that they made so much less money?
No.
Because we have educated the masses.
I hope so.
That's why.
I mean, people are starting to listen more than what we have more views.
The people out there are smarter because of us. And they didn't go.
We appreciate it. Yeah,
because we were saying it's going to be trash. And they were like, you know what?
We didn't go.
The Legions, we didn't go.
Yeah.
We waited for VOD.
Yeah.
We waited past VOD.
Past VOD. I spent no money on this.
I spent a little bit, but it was on sale. It was already on sale at Amazon.
That's still terrible. You shouldn't have spent money on this.
I know, it was $5. $5.
Should have just given you my Netflix login. Oh, no, can't say that. You shouldn't do Netflix, sorry. No.
We don't do that.
No, don't do that.
We don't do that. Don't do that. Don't steal from big conglomerates.
We should get Legion logins for some of these things. That would actually be smart.
I almost paid for it with my Legion card, but my regular card was already like in my Amazon account. I was too lazy.
I
just clicked. I clicked rent. And
I know that move.
I didn't want to click through all the buttons.
I hear you.
You know, like adding in the credit card number with so many buttons, man.
So many buttons.
All right. People in the movie. Let's go over the cast, and then we'll talk about the lack thereof in source material. So we have Aaron Taylor Johnson as Sergei Kravinoff playing Kraven.
Like, I feel bad for him.
This dude has done the works, though, man.
Yeah.
He's kick-ass.
Yeah.
He's Quicksilver.
Yeah.
He's Kraven.
Mm-hmm.
He's also in was he in one of the Kingsman movies?
I think so,
but
I can't
he's
remember.
In that Bullet Train movie with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
He's a good actor. He's apparently in the runs for James Bond, possibly. He's in the 28 Years Later
here's
movie.
The thing.
He's not a bad actor.
I thought he was half decent, and I feel bad because I feel like he isn't bad casting for Kraven, whereas
he's a little young.
Dakota, yes, but if you're going to build somebody, but where I felt like Dakota Johnson,
she was a bad cast.
I was like, this is horrible.
Well, she was a 70-year-old woman, and she got cast, and she's like 30.
Yep.
Well, I mean, honestly, Kraven in the comics is actually super old. He doesn't look super old, but the stuff he takes keeps him young. So they could have gone down that route. And honestly, I would have loved to see this dude against Tom Holland. Yeah. Like as Kraven.
Yes.
Against Spider-Man.
It's a fair comparison. Yeah, but you'll never see that.
Never see it. I mean, he's Quicksilver, and he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah. All right. We have Ariana DeBois as.
I could do it.
I could do it. Just.
Oh man.
And he
so sad.
Limp runs after him. Nobody would know.
No one would know.
Ariana DeBois, or DeBose, I'm not sure how to say her last name. DeBassi?
No, I have no idea.
She plays Calypso. Calypso is a love interest of Kraven's in the comics.
Yes.
Though
That's why I thought when you said it's not a real name, I was like, this is a real name from the comic books.
We'll get into how she's very different, though.
Everything's wrong?
Counterpart. Kind of.
We'll get into everything being wrong.
I would say this dude, I love this dude.
Yeah.
Fred Heitchinger. He plays Dmitri Kravinoff, the grown-up version. Chameleon.
Yeah.
I'm really sad that we probably will never see him as Chameleon.
I know. He was a good Chameleon.
He was really good. But he was, like, grown up and the singer in the club, and then he became Chameleon. Mm-hmm. Like, very cool.
Yeah.
I loved his quirkiness.
Well,
I loved his character.
You're setting up.
It's really sad that we won't see him again.
Introduced like so many people
cool
from Sinister Six.
Yeah.
In this,
so many Spider-Man people. All of them.
What?
Oh!
These are Spider-Man characters?
Alessandro Nivola came in as Alexi, the Rhino, another Spider-Man villain.
Is that from Spider-Man?
So from Spider-Man.
I didn't know that.
Oh, wait. Christopher Abbott came in as the Foreigner, also from Spider-Man.
What?
And then Russell Crowe.
I don't know this. Who's
Nikolai
this character you
Kravinoff.
talk about?
Spider-Man. Who's this spider character?
Spider-Man? Did I pronounce that correctly?
Is Kraven's fear spiders?
Why?
So freaking dumb,
that
man.
part was like
all the spiders coming down. There was even a moment where he like looked up and the silhouette of the spider was like the symbol.
I know.
It's like, what are you guys freaking doing? You can't
suck.
do it.
You guys suck.
Can't do it. You know what I heard?
What'd you hear?
That makes my blood boil even more.
Let me hear it.
Apparently, they could have introduced their own Spider-Man.
Stupid.
Kevin Feige, in the contract, they were allowed to have their own Spider-Man.
Gosh darn it.
They just could not, like, touch the storylines that Kevin Feige was doing with Tom Holland.
Yeah, and
they could have put their own Spider-Man.
That's what I was always wondering, because it's not like they bought the right of Spider-Man away from them. They just bought the right to use Spider-Man.
Right. We have Into the Spider-Verse. That's Miles. We have Spider-Man Noir being made. That's Spider-Man. Like, they can obviously make more Spider-Man
live-action Spider-Man with Nick Cage.
I can't wait for that.
That's going to be my favorite thing ever.
Good. Anyway,
but that makes it worse. That makes it worse, so much worse. Yeah.
By the way,
but I also still believe it goes back to my conspiracy theory of Sony trying to raise their value of the proproperties.
I get it, but
so that Disney had to buy them away and could incorporate them, and it didn't work. It
backfired.
They're no longer doing any.
They canceled all this after this movie's bomb.
Yeah,
they canceled all the Spider-Villain movies.
Spider-Villain verse movies.
Good. And you know what? Hopefully they lost so much money they're just gonna have to sell to the MCU, and MCU can have everybody.
Well,
back.
I mean, and here's the reality.
You know what the worst?
They tagged on to the wrong horse. You know, Spider-Man sucks. People don't like him.
You know what's the worst part?
People don't like him.
This will make you mad.
What? This
will make you mad. Because the Spider-Man rights are still at Sony.
Yeah.
Kingpin can never be in an MCU movie, because Kingpin is considered a Spider-Man villain first.
Okay.
And so they don't have the rights to bring him into the MCU movies.
Really?
Doesn't that stink? So Vincent D'Onofrio will not be on the big screen unless something changes in the contract.
Oh, man. Well, but here's the thing.
Just freaking let go, Sony. You can't do it.
Well, here's the reality with that, though.
Is
now this actually backfired on them completely, because Disney's in a better place to be like, you guys can't do this.
Right.
You've lost money.
All this money. We'll pay for it.
We'll pay for it.
Right.
We'll buy it now, and we're going to buy it on pennies on the dollar.
What if Kraven actually made $400 million? We can give that.
You know how you have these characters and you've done terrible
things with them,
and nobody likes you.
Everybody hates you. Oh my goodness!
And you're sitting in the garden eating worms. Okay.
Source material.
Yes,
or lack thereof.
There isn't.
Kraven the Hunter
exists.
His name is Sergei Kravinoff.
Right. He wears a jacket like he wears at the end.
He does.
Which is
and
a
that
dope
really
jacket.
Cool when he sat down.
He sits down in the
down.
Oh God.
Well, but the thing is, though, that's also the dumbest thing in the world. Like,
I know.
Why didn't you just sit down in front of a mirror, and cross your leg
like
and
that?
look all like mean? It's like
by yourself. You're by yourself, sir.
You're such a freaking lunatic.
They wrote that
Kraven
and you're
is
like
a lunatic. But anyways, okay, so Sergei
sit in the chair.
Yeah. And just stare at yourself in the mirror
in your new jacket,
with your shirt off.
Are you 3? Yeah. Are you a 3-year-old boy?
Probably.
Yeah. That's what he's acting like.
So Kraven is Sergei Kravinoff.
Yeah.
He does become Kraven the Hunter. He calls himself Kraven. His brother, who is a half brother, is Dmitri. Kravinoff,
Chameleon,
who becomes the Chameleon.
Yeah,
so that's all.
All of that is accurate.
That's fine.
That's where it ends.
The Rhino is given a serum that makes him super strong and big.
Yes. Sure.
He can't turn it off.
Yeah.
And he doesn't actually have a horn. He wears a suit.
He wears a suit
horn.
that has a horn.
He's just big and strong.
Yep.
So a little bit different there.
He's also, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you know Spider-Man better.
Yep.
He is not smart.
He's not smart at all.
Not a smart man.
No, he's all muscle.
He's a brute.
All a brute.
And this guy is extremely intelligent.
So he was a cool villain.
I liked him, the way that they portrayed him.
Right.
I liked it. That doesn't make it comic accurate.
No. So Miles Warren is the guy that gives him the powers in the movie.
Yep.
He's he says he's some kind of a doctor,
biochemist or something like that.
Yes, he is a biochemist in the comics. He becomes the supervillain Jackal.
Okay.
He has experimented on lots of people. Guess who he has an experiment on?
Not Chameleon.
And not the Rhino. So, yeah. So that's they just dropped that name for some reason because he's a biochemist in New York, I guess. It's so freaking dumb. All right. But he did not give the chameleon his powers.
Let me ask a couple of quick hit questions.
Yep.
All right. Where's Kraven from?
Russia.
No. In the comics.
Russia.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Really
they did get that right.
But they gave an American accent.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense.
Uh-huh.
Him and his brother are both American.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah.
They're actually a really cool.
That's where I was getting thrown off.
Yeah.
I was like, huh?
No. So he should be Russian.
No.
He should sound like Nikolai.
A Russian.
He should sound
He
like
should sound
Russell
like a
Crowe.
Russian.
Russell Crowe sounded.
Right.
Russell Crowe was Kraven in this movie, essentially.
Essentially,
He
yeah.
was the Kraven character. So in the comics, he's a monarch. The father.
Yeah.
And he has a good relationship with the mother.
Right.
They're a good father and mother, husband and wife. The wife does go insane in the comics.
10,
so that was
20 years ago, Russell Crowe would have been the best.
He would have been the best Kraven
ever.
Yeah. So there's not an
I
estranged.
don't think Russell Crowe wants to lose any weight anymore.
No, I think he just likes being.
I think he just likes being as like.
Might as well.
We saw him that size,
Zeus.
kind of in Zeus. But I actually am thinking around that movie he
Good
did
Guys.
with
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, and he's just a big, strong guy, but not like the big, strong guy who's out of shape.
He doesn't want to do it anymore.
And he doesn't want to. Yeah, he just doesn't care. Yeah. He's just like, I'm big, strong, and I don't care.
And he was great as the nasty father mobster.
Right.
But the thing is, they're Russian aristocracy.
Right.
In the comics, they're not. He's not like a gangster. His mother does go insane, so that's accurate. But Sergei ends up leaving, going to Africa, and learning to be a hunter, which is kind of similar to the movie. But in the comics, he hates his half-brother. He hates him with a passion. In fact, the chameleon is so mentally traumatized by Sergei's hatred that he creates this fabrication that Sergei actually loved him, but really didn't.
Yeah.
So, but they're like best friends in the movie, and he like takes care of his little brother.
Protects him.
Right, which is not true.
Visits him every birthday.
So in the movie, Kraven like gets healed by Calypso, which is not what happens in the comics.
But it's
Calypso
funny that you
does
say
help
that.
him with superpowers.
Like
in the
everything
comics,
that you've described about Kraven is the father.
Yes,
like you said.
No,
like, that's hilarious.
It gets bigger.
Okay.
So in the movie, he gets healed by Calypso.
Yes.
By herbs from a voodoo lady, which is what happens in the comics, not from Calypso. He finds a woman in Africa that he actually ends up marrying, has children with, and she teaches him how to make the serum that makes him super strong.
It's not that far off of Calypso.
Not
okay,
true,
so not a
he
super
does
stretch.
eventually
I will say,
get into a relationship with Calypso later.
Right. I will say that's not the worst stretch.
In the movie,
when
he gets those powers, he has like a kinship with the animals. He can talk to the animals, like understand them in the movie, and he wants to protect them, right?
Right. No.
In the comics,
he wants to hunt everything. Kill everything.
He makes his fortune off of pelts and ivory.
Right. Right.
Like he is literally a poacher in the comics.
He's the hunter.
But in the movie, he kills the poachers because he hates them because they hurt the animals.
It makes no sense.
The first time we see Kraven in the movie, he sees a gangster in the jail and he's like, I hunt people like you. It's like, wait, no, you are people like him. Like you're that guy.
That is you. Yes.
So freaking weird, man.
You even see so
it's
so many things that don't make sense.
None of it makes sense
around that particular point because Kraven is the hunter. Like, and they made it out to be like he's the hunter of evil men. He's not a good guy.
No.
He's a villain.
He does not try and protect.
Villain.
He is a glorified PETA representative in this movie.
Right. But he's a villain. Like, and this
not
is where
in this movie?
No. Like, Kraven is a villain.
In reality.
In comic books.
In comics.
He is not a good guy.
Not at all.
Okay? And this is where they've gone wrong with everyone.
Yes, they've tried to...
The villains.
This was the worst.
Oh, it's 100% the worst because they straight up made him a good guy.
Morbius is conflicted.
Right.
And Venom is conflicted sometimes.
Right.
Craven's never conflicted.
Craven
is a poacher and hunter and slaughterer of both animals and people.
Yeah.
All right, well...
That's why he goes after Spider-Man is literally because...
the greatest hunt.
He's the greatest hunt.
Because he is both an animal
no other
and a
reason.
man.
There's no other reason.
He's goaded in to hunt the greatest creature that evolution has made.
That's it.
Not going to happen in this movie, though.
No.
All right, let's talk about our comic review. Dude, it is like
You gotta kick us off because this is
all right.
This is your alley.
So I mean, they lost me in that beginning scene where he's in the prison and he's like, and he kills. Two things lost me in that.
Petting the frickin'
two things lost me in
that.
that.
Lion on the ground. It was a cheetah or a lion or whatever it is. It's just it's dead.
Yeah,
it's dead.
Yeah. Two things lost me in that scene. One, he's killing bad guys. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay,
so he kills the bad guy. Two, he starts running into that ice storm.
Right.
That's freaking sick.
Yeah.
He runs in, and they're all chasing him.
Yeah.
And they're like, they can't go in there. What does he find in that ice storm?
A wolf.
Well, sure. And the wolf looks at him and is like, you ever see Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Yes.
And the wolf like raises his fist.
Yep.
He sees the wolf. What else does he find in that ice storm?
He finds a plane.
A giant plane.
Yeah,
what does that plane then do?
Takes off out of the ice storm.
Out of the ice storm.
Out of the ice storm.
That doesn't work.
Yeah.
That plane is destroyed.
That plane has been waiting there in an ice storm.
What kind of plane? With the door open.
Right.
Like that.
Door's wide open.
That plane is buried.
Yeah,
and those people are dead.
Yeah.
And he's stuck.
Yeah, I mean, like.
Oh, my word.
Right out the gate.
Right out the gate.
But I mean, that's the other thing.
I mean, it looked cool.
They make him out to be like,
he's like,
he can get
you'll come back to me when I need somebody else to kill that's bad.
They can get to he can get to the people who are untouchable. Like he got to a villain who was in a jail cell that nobody could get to.
He was orchestrating
human
trafficking and stuff.
And then he like goes to Calypso and is like, I did that for you.
Right.
And she's like, this dude's crazy.
The best is that she's like, I'll think about it.
She's like, no, and then she joins him. And then you come to find out years later, like they've been working together and she's built her success on him killing people.
Right. Well, and the other thing is, she's like, so in the comics, she's a voodoo
priestess.
Priestess, yeah. But in this one, she's like
she's a lawyer,
bow and arrow lawyer. She's like, I learned this in archery class. She's like, there's
at
stuff
summer camp
you don't know about me, and she shoots the foreigner's eyes out or whatever with the bow.
And he's like,
it's like, but voodoo.
I want to go to that summer camp.
Yeah, voodoo priestess don't. Use, what are you doing? Like, you made her a lawyer, which is totally wrong.
And
then you made her a green arrow. Like, what's going on,
it's all
man?
Wrong.
And
it's all wrong.
Honestly,
and let's add to that. Can I say, so as somebody who has a bow and shoots,
sure,
you are not telling me the draw on
that easy
is that easy for her when Kraven is doing it,
and it was a double.
Kraven has super strength.
Arrow thing.
It is a. Are you kidding me? She can't move. That drawstring.
She's using her voodoo priestess powers.
Move it.
But they didn't explain that she was a voodoo priestess.
There's no way she gets that full draw. And absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Though, and this is just playing devil's advocate.
Okay, go ahead.
She shows him the vial of the stuff. Mm-hmm. Maybe she's been taking it.
Maybe.
I mean, why wouldn't you? If you had it and you saw it heal a dude in Africa, and you're like, I'm going after tough mobsters, I better take this so I stay strong.
Well, because I guess her family kind of viewed it as maybe that they're the protectors of this. Like the reason
she didn't seem to really care much about.
I don't know. Who knows? Whatever. I mean, we're getting way too into this.
Yeah,
it is a bad.
It is. I thought the dialogue, I thought was stale and kind of forced. Here's the thing. I could not get into it because it was.
You can't ever get past the main thing.
It was so off.
But say the main thing. Say the main thing.
There's no Spider-Man.
There's no Spider-Man.
So again,
and what makes it worse is that there could be.
Right. Maybe
now all of these things are now made worse because previously we thought they couldn't actually do it.
We thought it was hands off,
and then we find out you could.
Apparently they could,
but you chose not to.
So and like.
Who's in these? Who's at Sony?
I know.
Why aren't we running Sony?
We should be running all of them. But like the thing is though, like Venom, Venom I could see. Like yes, obviously his suit looks like Spider-Man because he was part of Spider-Man first in the comics. He doesn't have that in this one, and the Lethal Protector is its own established thing.
Yeah.
So like, it stinks that Spider-Man's not there, but like they did what they could without it.
I guess.
Kraven, he cannot. He's nothing.
He's nothing without Spider-Man.
He is the hunter of Spider-Man. That's what brings him to the States.
To a certain extent, he is like, from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe in everything that I've read, Kraven is like the Joker to Batman.
Kind of.
Kraven in this, out of Spider-Man's rogues, That is, well, no, I
think-
guess Green Goblin.
Yeah, Green Goblin's
more so. You're
Spider-Man is more the Batman to Kraven, but Kraven's
Right,
not Spider-Man's
right.
Joker. You know what I mean? Like Kraven is obsessed with Spider-Man.
right. Right.
So much so that he ends up like almost giving up hunting after he can't capture him.
Yeah.
And Calypso convinces him by giving him more of the serum to go back to being the hunter.
Gotcha.
His whole life is meaningless because he could not complete
he
the
is
hunt.
not. Yeah, he couldn't. Yeah.
He needs to be the alpha predator,
I
which
don't
is
know.
so freaking
It's
great.
like-
but like the whole movie, I was
His
waiting.
identity is wrapped up in
Yeah.
being the hunter and the.
Well, but it wasn't even in this movie. He's the
Yeah.
protector in this movie. Like so, the whole movie,
Right.
I'm waiting. I'm like, all right, he's got to make the
Turn.
shift.
He's
got
gotta
to become
shift.
evil.
Yeah.
And he kind of does at the end. Like at the end, when he takes the mantle, because the brother's like, you've always been like our father, you know?
Yeah.
But there's like, I don't believe that. Like
No.
everything they built the whole movie, I don't believe that he's now going to turn to be the evil dude.
No, I don't
think
think
he'll
so
still
either.
go killing
because he was
people who
upset
are
with his
bad.
brother. He wasn't agreeing with his brother just because he was.
But then they had
like,
him walk in and take the lion,
the alpha lion
outfit, and
yeah,
then he
but I
sits
don't know
down,
what that
he gives that
actually
like little
means.
grin, and it's like,
I don't know.
but it's like
Because
you can't,
because
man.
then you can't
You
because
ruined it.
your brother already wants to.
Right.
Right, and like, so what does that mean? You're going to be the leader of the Sinister Six? What were they going for?
I don't know,
like,
man.
So it wasn't canceled yet. So it's
Right.
like at the end of that, they had to have been going for something.
Right.
Like, what is your future plan from this? And I don't know what it was because it sure wasn't anything here. Like,
I don't,
it wasn't.
man, I
didn't
don't
feel
know.
like it had a direction.
Maybe
after
they
this.
were hoping, like you were saying, maybe they were hoping that Marvel would be like, you guys are doing really great. Let's bring you guys into the next Spider-Man movie
and spend
make
$1
you
billion
right
dollars to
bring
acquire
these guys in.
now you could acquire it for
Chump
nothing.
change.
Yeah.
All right, what? Let's. Is there anything good in the movie that you enjoyed? Because there was some fun parts.
Actually,
Some
so
of the fighting
I
was fun.
really liked some of the fight or
Yeah.
chase aspects
Yes.
of Kraven in terms of like stalking the prey. So the scene where he goes to rescue his brother.
He follows the guys
He
up the staircases.
follows the guys in both the darkness and directly behind them up the stairs.
He
and
matches
then when
their
he,
steps.
He matches their
Yeah,
steps
so cool.
perfectly. Like that whole sequence
Yeah.
is awesome because you're sitting there and you're like, why doesn't he just kill them? But then you realize his prey is not them. His
Right.
purpose is to get to his brother. So he wants to
He needs the
position
dude,
himself.
the dude with the scar under his eye.
Right. He
Yeah.
wants to position himself in the exact perfect place to be able to do all of that. And then he is running along walls.
Oh, yeah,
like,
climbing up
all
them.
of those.
Yeah.
Those are
So cool.
awesome pieces.
When he's the whole chase when they kidnap his brother.
Yeah.
And he's running like barefoot in his suit. Like,
Yes.
He's running after
Yes.
him. And he ends up catching the helicopter and
Yeah.
stuff. That was such a cool chase scene.
It
Like, I
was. It
felt
was very
every bit when he
cool.
jumps on the car and they're trying to shoot at him and everything.
Yeah.
That was neat. Like
Yeah.
that was just a fun action piece.
That's what I was saying is like
Yeah.
a lot of his fight sequences,
Yeah.
a lot of his chase sequences, a
Yeah.
lot of the action sequences are good.
Yeah.
They're
Agreed.
solid.
Agreed.
And they really, I feel like, utilize his abilities well. They make him
The
look
animalistic
good.
stuff.
The
Yeah.
animalistic pieces
Yeah.
look good.
Just freaking cut too, man.
I hated
Yeah.
how long we had the development of young Kraven.
Oh my word.
That was
I almost
so
fell asleep,
long.
man.
This movie is,
It
I
was
think
so
it's like
long.
just over
Just
2
over
hours long.
Yeah. It was like
Oh
an
my
hour long
gosh.
of just young
I
Kraven.
was like, how much is Kraven actually in this? Like adult
Can I-
Kraven in this movie?
Can I also say that young Dimitri, I feel like that actor looked like a different person every time we saw him.
Yeah.
Which maybe they were going
Maybe
for
they're
that because
going
he's
for it a little bit
chameleon.
'cause he's chameleon.
But like,
Yeah.
I was like, is that the same actor? I don't know.
I just didn't enjoy
Yeah, it was so long.
the young
He was not good.
boys, like those
Not great.
pieces.
Yeah. Agreed.
I think Rhino, like again, doesn't make sense as from the comics,
The tube was cool.
but he was cool.
tube
Like
thing
the
was cool.
storyline with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, where he's like weak and he wants to be stronger.
I thought he looked pretty decent when they did the CGI
Yeah,
when he
he looked
actually
fine.
became
Yeah.
Rhino.
Yeah. Okay, my one critique of that though,
Yeah,
he like slammed into a whole big truck.
Yeah.
Like flipped it over him.
yeah,
Got hit by all kinds of stuff.
yeah.
And then like wildebeests like kill him or like trample him. He gets hurt by like getting trampled.
Right.
Like why didn't he just like
That
ram
doesn't make
out
any
those-
sense either.
Like,
yeah,
what's going on, man?
yeah. The wildebeest.
The wildebeests
You
are
could have
like
just. Why weren't you
why
getting
weren't-
down on all fours
and just
then
knocking them
like,
over.
Yeah,
and
you're a
it's
rhino.
weird.
You're
Yeah.
an actual. You are now actually a rhino.
And you just stopped a giant truck going at like 70 miles an hour. Like how could
Yeah.
you not stop these wildebeests.
I did think it was pretty
get that.
cool.
It was
I
cool,
was
though.
like, how are they going to defeat this guy? I was actually really certain. And then I was like, oh, the port,
port.
is a weakness.
Yeah, that was cool.
That actually was
stuck
pretty
that
smart.
really
He got
far
in there
into him,
deep.
too,
That's-
man.
That dude's dead.
That dude, yeah, all your inner organs. And that was
Everything
what I ended
that's
up-
here,
That's what I
like-
ended up thinking. Like maybe that stopped his transformation
enough.
because
Yeah.
when he died,
That's the only
his face
argument
started
there.
turning back
Right,
to like.
right.
But they didn't explain that at all. So at first
No,
I was like, why
no.
is he getting trampled by these things? He's
I
a
think,
freaking
I think he was just really
horse.
weak at that point.
Yeah.
That's what you're
It was a cool
supposed to
fight though.
believe.
It was. I mean, it was
Um,
fine. Again, they shouldn't be fighting. They should be teaming up together to fight Spider-Man.
The foreigner being brought in was
Very,
weird.
very strange.
Very. Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
He was like, he likes doing this stuff. And then they brought him in.
So they made some mention that Kraving killed his brother.
Yeah.
So he wants to kill Kraven.
Yeah.
But like, what a weird deep dive of a character.
Right.
Because he is from the comics. And
Yeah.
he does use hallucinogenics and stuff to like freeze people and everything.
But he wasn't using hallucinogenics to freeze people. He was using his eyes. Like, it was literally his eyes.
Yeah, it was like, and he counts.
Could he mesmerize people? Like, is that a thing?
Maybe.
Is that in the
I
comics?
don't know him in the comics.
He's a
very
real
much.
deep cut.
He's a real deep cut.
Wow.
He's in very
So
few.
very
things.
weird to...
Yeah, what a weird choice.
to make that choice. Because
Yeah, I mean,
out of anybody who has
it's kind of
a
smart though.
rogues
Nobody
gallery,
knows him.
Spider-Man has a rogues gallery. Like,
Yeah, but he's not a
it's
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
movie.
and Batman. Yeah, but they have all of the rogues gallery of
Yeah, they coulda
Spider-Man, and you could have gone anywhere.
Yeah,
You could have done anybody, and you chose the foreigner.
yeah, I don't know who.
It's weird. It's weird.
Somebody, maybe. I mean, they could have brought in the biochemist, brought in the Jackal.
Could have
like,
done
had
a lot of
him-
things.
Like, he could have called up the Jackal and been
Could have
like, "Hey,
done a lot
man,
of things.
you know, you come help me now. And I
Yeah.
paid you all that money to make me into the Rhino."
Yeah, I mean, they could have brought Green Goblin in.
Willem Dafoe. I would
saying.
have been so mad. I don't even care. I love Willem Dafoe. I would have been like, you don't deserve this movie.
This
Doesn't
is
deserve
beneath you.
This movie
This
does
is
not
movie
deserve
be-
you.
Why aren't you the Joker yet?
Also, right. Also, speaking of him hunting the dudes in the
Yeah.
castle and tackling the guy out the window,
Yeah.
it's pretty sick. He's dead though.
Oh, 100%
Like
he's dead.
Craven, we've seen.
We saw a mountain
Craven
fall on
can't
him.
get shot.
Yeah,
Like that whole castle fell on
the
him.
whole castle.
Like, and he like braced his back and like hit his back.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Dead.
Like, there's no getting out of that.
Nope.
And he didn't have more of the serum. with
Not
him.
that. No,
Like,
he's dead.
He's just dead.
Yeah.
Like, we killed Craven. I'm like, I guess they did.
Yeah,
And
probably.
he's like, no, you didn't. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, what the heck?
Unscathed.
Like, how did you?
Unscathed.
Like, maybe if the camera cut away before all the rocks hit him.
Right.
But we saw the rocks hit him.
We saw them hit him.
It's like,
I'm like, that dude's
that dude
dead.
definitely did. We did not establish the fact that he is impervious to death.
Nope.
That
Not
doesn't-
at
that
all.
doesn't work.
And then we did establish that he's not impervious.
Right,
to-
because then in the next scene, he gets all those
Yeah.
those poison darts in him, and he's going to die.
he's dead. Like, what are we
Oh, my
talking about here,
goodness.
guys? Like,
It's like-
we're all over the place with his power levels.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. You
it's like,
should just go back.
what?
Go back and make Russell Crowe an old Craven. I would have
Right.
watched it, man.
An old man Kraven.
I don't care. I would have watched him. He had the Russian accent.
He was solid.
He had the freaking. He was scary.
Well, it's Russell Crowe. What are you gonna say? I mean, the man could,
Yeah.
especially. I mean, and here's the thing: Russell Crowe, I feel like hasn't really been trying much lately.
Yeah, he just
He's
kinda
just
does what he
playing
needs to
the
do.
same character.
Probably.
This is in his wheelhouse, though.
Yeah.
Like, this is exactly in the wheelhouse he would
He
want
would
to
have been,
have.
dude. Imagine back in what 2002.
2002
If
Russell
he would
Crowe
have been
outta
Craven
here.
with
Get outta here.
Tugboat Tobes.
with Tugboat Tobes.
Woo!
Get out of here.
Yo, much
Kraven
better
is
than
awesome.
Kraven's a friggin'
Kraven is awesome.
The
It was
Hunt,
one
man.
of the
Oh.
Spider-Man villains we didn't get to
Yeah.
see, and I was actually
Yeah.
like excited about him for
Yeah.
this because I'm like, oh, at least I'll get like to see him, and I'm like, nah, this isn't
well.
really
And
him.
the thing is, and this is also what's
It's not.
confusing to me. It's confusing to me is that
It's an
I
origin
feel like
story of Kraven.
yeah, definitely. But I feel like they wanted us to like side with him. Like they wanted us to be like
Because
Calypso sided with him, and then she's just like, all right, well,
but he's a
I know-
hero in this movie.
But he's not. I mean, yes, he's stopping people, but he's just straight up murdering everyone.
Right, but they're all bad guys.
100%. But like a real hero, like
No,
this is like
there's a lot of real heroes that straight up
well,
kill
sure,
people.
but like when you think
Arrow.
about superheroes that like
superheroes kill people.
Yes.
There's one superhero who doesn't kill people.
Yeah, Batman. Unless he's Michael Keaton.
Who does kill people.
Kills everybody.
Who kills everybody.
But it's like usually the foil is like a lawyer who's like, oh, I don't know if you should be like bending the law like this. But she's just like, nah, you know what? They get what they deserve.
Yeah.
It's like they were super pro, like, just go slit everybody's throats.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, man, that's dark.
But they didn't even see, that's the weird thing here. Kraven, like you said, is a villain.
Yeah.
This is a villain movie. We know he's a villain of Spider-Man.
Right.
They portrayed him as a hero.
Right.
He's not and not even as an anti-hero. Not conflicted, just a straight up.
Hero. He's conflicted in his methods. Like,
no, he hears it from, he even says it himself at the end. When Dimitri confronts him, he's like, you're the same as Dad. You're actually worse. You're worse.
Right.
And he goes, I'm not the same. I live by a code.
Live by a code. Right.
And it literally, okay, are you Batman?
No.
Like, what are you saying?
Because he kills people in public.
Right. I mean, you outright murder people.
Right. Well, but
his code is like, I
only murder bad guys. He's like Dexter almost, right? Isn't Dexter like that?
Dexter's like that. Yeah. But I mean, that's also Punisher.
But that's an anti-hero. So anti-heroes are heroes. So I'm
trying to think about
anti-heroes are heroes who do things in unorthodox ways, like usually violent.
No, anti-heroes are people who can be both villain and hero. They're anti-heroes. They're just
right. So like Punisher,
they could be both.
Wolverine,
they could
Deadpool,
be both, depending on the circumstances. Right. Not by a code, but just by literally like.
So he is an anti-hero then.
Like Catwoman is an anti-hero. Sure. Like that's a good example.
Some of them are more bad than good.
Right. There's shades of gray.
Like Wolverine is more good than bad. Right. He's got bad. But Catwoman is more bad than good.
Right. There's shades of gray.
Right. So this guy's definitely an anti-hero in this then, because he's doing good stuff.
But I don't even think he's an I mean, I guess yes, he's shades of gray anti-hero. But but what bad is he doing other than killing the bad guys?
Right.
Just what I'm saying is
right.
Literally what I just said is the synopsis. So. He's only
just going and killing
bad guys who do bad things.
Right. Like even like his dad. Like
right. So what is he doing
he's just
that's
a messed up good guy? He's very close to the Punisher.
He's Lobo.
Lobo's an
anti-hero too.
He's very close to the Punisher.
He's very close
because the Punisher is only killing bad guys.
Who do bad things. Yeah.
The Punisher, though, he'll kill people who, like, shoplift.
Right.
And, like, just straight up murder them.
Right. And he's killing people who are literally, like, who are murderers.
Right. This guy's just killing murderers.
Right. So who, like, what, like, I mean, that's the problem is, like,
it's weird,
Kraven.
He's all the guys that he's killing.
All the guys he's killing in the comic books. Okay.
It's so weird. Why
he is a bad guy.
Yeah.
Who does bad things.
Yeah.
In this movie, he is a good guy killing bad guys.
Right. Really nastily, like
I'm not saying these
off their noses.
This is an R-rated movie too.
Yeah, he bit off that
this is an R-rated movie.
When he bit off that guy's nose, then spit it out the window.
I'm not debating that. He's vicious.
He's
brutal.
Good scene when the guy when he finds the guy's name on the list and then shoots it with the crossbow.
Oh yeah, that's great.
And then the
door closes. And the other guy's dead on with the crossbow.
Crossbow
side by
there's
side.
The other guy.
There they are.
So weird, man. Why would they do it? I just don't get it.
I don't know.
Like, just make a movie about a bad guy. Like, actually do it. Or bring Spider-Man in.
Like, make your own Spider-Verse.
They did it with Into the Spider-Verse.
Right. There's no reason you
can't. There's a Peter Parker Spider-Man in the Into the Spider-Verse, so it's not like they're like afraid to do Peter Parker.
Right.
They got him. They got lots of Peter Parkers in there.
I don't know who's in charge of this thing.
Whoever they are, hopefully
they're fired.
Or at least put on. What they need to do is they need to be, because they don't.
Kraven needs to hunt them.
Yeah. Kraven was not necessarily a bad movie. Movie. Right.
Yes, not a comic book. Like, it was a bad comic book movie, but it's not a bad movie.
Just make that same movie with a brand new hero.
Person.
That's
who does
that character.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
just don't call it Kraven.
Whoever made that just needs to go and work on something that's not Marvel or not comic books.
Right. That has like something that doesn't have a background.
Yeah, because the action pieces were fun.
Because right now, people are responding well to it on Netflix. Like it didn't do well because they didn't go to the movies. They didn't spend money on it because they saw Madam Web and they wasted their money on that, and they knew that this would be terrible. And then it turns out it's actually not that bad of a movie.
As long as you're not a big comic book fan.
As long as you're not a big comic book fan.
Yeah. But the people who are going to the theaters are going to be the comic book fans.
Right, because I want to see Kraven.
Right, because they're told it's Kraven. Oy. All right.
I saw a movie called Kraven.
And I craved more.
No, I didn't.
I craved a different story.
I craved anything but what I saw.
I craved the source material.
I craved the source material, yeah.
All right,
I was craving some source material.
You ready for the verdict?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's get
I've
this
been
thing out of
ready,
here.
born ready on this.
Oh, my goodness. All right, man.
I'm less invested in this. Yes, so
I know
I'll
you
go
are.
first.
Yeah. So yours, and then comics.
So it is garbage.
Garbage.
As of a comic book movie.
Okay. Garbage comic movie.
Garbage comic book movie.
Just garbage or hot garbage? Just curious.
I don't know. We've seen a lot worse. I mean, I'm not personally invested in this.
Gotcha.
I would say there's enough. Close enough. I mean,
there's not.
No. Well, but here's the thing. You said the
nothing.
Calypso piece, and I refuted that.
Yes, but they also made her an archer and a lawyer when she's a voodoo person from the Caribbean.
Yes, but Kraven was in this movie. It was just Russell Crowe.
And they named him wrong. He should have been Nikolai.
Just saying.
Yeah.
He's in the movie. No, I'm just kidding. It's probably hot garbage. I just am, truthfully,
You're just not
as
you don't
invested
care
in it.
as
I don't
much.
care as
that.
much is what it comes down to. It probably is hot garbage.
If this was a movie about the Riddler without Batman in it and they made him a hero, you would say it's hot garbage.
It's hot garbage. Yeah. But I'm just
fair enough.
It also is like, even for you as a Spider-Man person, this has gotten to be so bad and so far out of place. You're almost like numb to it. You have to.
I'm numb to the Sony
to the Sony Spider-Verse is terrible.
Yeah,
like,
except for the animated.
So it's almost like I'm so numb to it. I'm like, it's garbage. Like, it is.
Right.
But now, separate the comic piece out.
Yeah, for you.
For me.
For you.
For me, it's an is what it is movie.
Gotcha.
I would watch it if it was on TV and nothing else was on.
Somebody, you were flipping the channels.
Oh, Kraven's on.
You're like, oh, look,
is Nick Cage on anywhere? No? Okay, I guess I'm going to watch Kraven. Like,
there's a dude.
Yeah, there's a dude disguised. There's a dude dressed as a dude disguised as another dude. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
No, I think there are some cool scenes.
Yeah, there was definitely some cool
scenes.
So
it is what it is, but
gotcha.
I'm also not super invested in Kraven. Sure. I am disappointed not to have seen a better version of him, and I don't know when we ever
that
will.
Actor will not get a chance to.
Yeah,
it would be cool if he did.
He would. I think he would be solid if he
probably
had better. And I think what's really more disappointing is, like, when are we ever going to see a Kraven again?
Probably. Well, I don't know. I mean, there's rumor that Spider-Man 4. They're filming right now, which comes out next year with Tom Holland. So they just released the title. It's called Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Yeah,
and it's coming out 2026.
Yeah,
which is super awesome. There's rumor that the villain is going to be Chameleon, not the Chameleon from this movie, but just like the Chameleon as a. So I honestly I don't think the MCU cares. They're like, this stuff is trash. We're just going to make our own. If we want it to be this guy, we're going to make it this guy.
Interesting.
So we could, we could.
Maybe.
I would love to still get a Sinister Six at some point.
Oh my gosh.
Great, man.
Do we ever need a Sinister Six? My gosh. It's they've tried setting up for it too many times and failed.
The closest we got was No Way Home. We got those guys all teamed up together at the end.
Yeah, you're right. That's the closest.
That's close we got. I think it would be cool if
that's not a true Sinister Six though, because Doc Ock wasn't even a bad guy in that.
It would be cool if we got a sixth.
Electro wasn't even really technically a bad guy once he got
once the thing got taken off
woke himself up.
If we got a sixth Tom Holland movie, like if we do a second trilogy, I would love to have that sixth movie have a Sinister Six in it. Maybe. I don't think we're going to. Honestly, I believe that Tom Holland will die in Secret Wars. I don't think he's going to keep making Spider-Man.
You think we're going to head towards a Miles Morales?
I believe so, yes.
That's smart.
Yep. That's the right move.
That's the right move.
Speaking of Daredevil, which you haven't watched yet, this isn't a spoiler, but they name drop Miles' father as a police officer. So they're slowly working him in there.
Okay.
We've had the Prowler in it, and now they name drop the dad. So I think Miles...
The Prowler in what?
The Prowler was in Spider-Man Homecoming.
That's right.
Not as the Prowler, but it's his...
his uncle.
His uncle.
Yep.
So I'm guessing that Miles will drop either in Doomsday or Spider-Man 4 or in Secret Wars.
Okay.
So
but
we'll see.
It's an is what it is movie for me. I just think we've had a lot worse.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
maybe it is also my
It's at least
expectations are way off.
Well,
but
it's at least
I don't
fun.
know.
The set pieces are fun. Like they were fun.
There were
to
fun
watch.
pieces that I and there was a
There were
sensible
bits I
story.
wanted to watch.
I could understand the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I'm so far removed from
It's no
this.
New Mutants. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
it's not.
Yeah.
It's not that.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
It's not Wanda. It's not the Marvels.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. Well, I would say hot garbage for comics,
Fair.
and I would
100%
say garbage for me.
Fair.
Only because I would agree with you that there are some fun set pieces, and there are some pieces that I enjoyed. Some of the fight scenes were really well choreographed. Whatever. That chase scene with his brother was really good.
Yeah.
But I personally, I could not get over who it was. I just couldn't.
And I could just be completely thrown off because my bar was so low. My bar for this was like nothing.
Mine was too, but every time I heard the word Kraven, I was like, it's not. I just can't.
Right.
Like, I cannot. It's such the antithesis of who he is.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like, it was just bizarre to me. It was less, this is wrong, and obviously it was, but more just like, I just was confused. Like,
yeah.
Why?
I
Like,
could
when is
see
he
that.
going to be the bad guy? It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Or at least somewhat bad. Like, make it
Right.
at least a little bad. I
Yeah.
just don't understand. It was weird, man.
Yeah,
It
you're
was
not
very
wrong.
strange.
You're
So
not wrong.
It's garbage for me.
I might
couldn't
just
get
say
over it.
garbage.
Yeah.
I'm really like in between here.
It's so weird.
Yeah, I just think there were entertaining pieces, entertaining enough that
definitely.
I would watch it again. But like,
I probably would when no one was watching. Like I would never
peeking around a corner.
There was there.
I guess I'll turn that on. All right. Well, we got Spider-Man 4 brand new day coming out.
Yeah,
2026. And hopefully that'll be good. And maybe we'll get a Kraven in there.
we need to see some other pieces in Spider-Man. We keep.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's got such a depth of rogues that it's like
Well,
to
now he's
not
got-
have a Kraven at some point here.
He's got the original suit now in the new ones,
Yeah.
which is super cool. We have had some good. We got
Didn't
we got the
see-
Vulture. We got Mysterio. We got
We
the
have
Vulture,
gotten-
Mysterio, and then
yeah.
we got
We did get both of them.
Electro brought back with
Yeah.
Doc Ock and Green
Correct.
Goblin
Yeah,
and Sandman.
but honestly, that's a cleanup.
Yeah. So like
3 is a cleanup.
so
You can't-
new villains. We got Electro and Mysterio. Or Mysterio and Vulture. That's pretty
Yes,
cool.
That is pretty cool. I just didn't, correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah, yeah.
but I thought do you remember when the multiverse was starting? They
Black
were shading.
Cat was up there.
Wasn't
and Rhino
Kraven?
was up there, and Kraven was up there.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so we could, man. We could. They got, you see that young lady, Sadie Sink, was cast in Spider-Man 4. She's the redhead from Stranger Things. She's like
No.
18 or so,
no,
now,
I
or
didn't
19.
see that.
Yeah,
Black
so
Cat.
well, so people are thinking Black Cat or Mary Jane Watson or Jean Grey. Because Spider-Man does have an X-Men connection. X-Men are coming in hot.
Coming in
hot. I don't think it's going to be Jean Grey. My guess is it's going to be Black Cat.
Black Cat would be interesting. We haven't seen that.
I think it'd be great.
I would love to see Black Cat.
Yeah, because he's kind of like, he's trying to figure out how he can get back to MJ because she doesn't remember him.
Yeah.
Let's get another love interest in there.
Yeah.
And Black Cat is awesome.
There was another thing I
don't
wanted
know.
to ask. Oh,
Yeah.
isn't there rumor about there also being Amazing Spider-Man 3? Isn't that in
Andrew
talks?
Garfield has squashed that,
No, he
but
did.
he's lied about lots of stuff.
That man's a liar.
He's a straight up pants on fire, man.
Right.
So he never tells anything true about Spider-Man. So I don't know. I would doubt it. I think
If I was ever a superhero,
Yeah.
I would make so much stuff up.
Oh yeah.
Like if I was ever in any movie, I would lie about everything.
You see, yeah.
Every single thing.
I would bet that Andrew
We're
Garfield's
doing
not going to.
I know I was cast as Batman, and we're actually gonna do the red, yellow, and purple suit.
Right, Zerana
suit. That's what we're going
Yeah.
with. What? What is this? Not even.
Yeah, I'd do
I'm
it.
actually also double casted. I'm also playing Batmite.
James Gunn might.
Batmite.
I could see James Gunn bringing in the Zero.
Batmite could
and
easily
the Batmite.
be in
a James Gunn movie. For
James
sure.
Gunn movie without a doubt.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, hopefully your spider heart isn't hurting as much as mine, and hopefully you didn't watch Kraven and just watched us instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll
Yeah.
be talking about more comic book stuff
If you
coming
watch
up.
Kraven, realize it's Russell Crowe.
Yes,
Kraven
all
is-
along, Russell
it's-
Crowe.
the whole
is
thing.
Kraven.
Russell Crowe's Kraven.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, after he gets mauled by the bear, They give him this.
They give him the serum, and he becomes
sauce.
the special sauce, the special Kraven sauce.
Kraven sauce.
Kraven sauce.
Yeah, I'm craving some Kraven sauce.
We've got Thunderbolts coming up, and Fantastic Four and Superman coming out soon. So be on the lookout for those episodes as they drop. And we will see you guys next time on the Legion of Comic Correction.
Pew pew.